Ashok. Thank you for organizing this very timely kind of a seminar or webinar. So, or a kind of this talk, so that we can also get connected with the teachers of Delhi University and apprise them of what had happened in the EC. I think that they are also very curious to know about the various developments which had happened in EC yesterday. It's very timely intervention, so I'll brief you about various things on what happened there. But then, since the topic is on NEP and NEP, the package of NEP, the components of NEP are being introduced in the curriculum and system of Delhi University step by step, in a packaged way, in a packaged mode. So we have recently, in fact, seen UGCF being introduced in our university system, and immediately after, because EC meetings are being held at a very regular interval these days. So very soon we have yesterday we saw that HEFA proposal was there. So these are the two recent components of NEP which are introduced in Delhi University system, which our respectable chairperson, Dr. Aditya Misra, has always been forewarning about all these things and these dangerous moves which could take. And now we are witnessing them being a kind of a reality. So I'll come to these points which were discussed and which have passed also despite our dissents, and which relates to NEP. But before that, but first of all, I would like to apprise all the teachers of Delhi University who are listening to this talk that what had happened, because yesterday about the ad hoc teachers, the issues concerning ad hoc teachers, because basically the purpose of our meeting was to raise their concern and also bat for the mechanism for their regularization, that is the bat for absorption of all ad hoc and temporary teachers. And that also in the context of dharna, the cluster dharna which was being held yesterday. So as far as the issues of absorption was concerned, and the 0 hour started, and the first thing which we raised, and very emphatically we raised, was that of absorption for all the teachers of Delhi University who are working on ad hoc and temporary capacity. Why? Because all the arguments which we always put before the House, that why it's necessary, all these arguments were being put before the House. And then we demanded kind of a formation of this committee for absorption. We discussed that in great length. I talked about it great length, and also in fact said to in the EC that I was representing voice of thousands of teachers, and they should and they're concerned about this, and the only solution, which is also in fact been put by our trade union body, that is DUTA, that now we are working on, that how absorption can be realized and what role this Delhi University can play in this direction. And so we asked them to form a committee which would look into it and will also in fact examine all the ways through which this absorption could be a reality in Delhi University. I think that is also my moral responsibility to tell the people of the teachers of this university that there was no assurance from the administration side on formation of this committee. But we have argued, and we are going to, in fact, continue with our struggle for absorption in a statutory body, but nothing concrete has come out of it. So we also, in fact, raised the other issues of concerning ad hoc teachers, like adoption of 5th December letter, and then Teachers Welfare Fund, and most importantly, the problem which the female ad hoc teachers are facing in availing the maternity leave benefits, despite the fact that this act has been adopted in EC, has been notified, but still the colleges, the principal, the administration in colleges are not giving them their legitimate right, and they're denying them. So that was also a major issue which was raised in EC, and EC had taken kind of a note of it. So, and then another issue which which is a major, in fact, problem with this our ad hoc colleagues, is about the guestification of their posts. So that was also raised, that how the ad hoc posts are being being decreased, and they are replaced by guest teachers, especially in department and also in colleges. So the number of guest teachers are increasing, and the ad hoc teachers and in those posts where the ad hoc appointments can be made, guest teachers are being appointed, and that is a kind of a violation of the also rules and regulations. So after that, we also, in fact, raised about the issue of, we also raised the issue of promotion, especially the politics which are being played in this the whole process of promotion. Politics in the form of kind of a politics between the principal and the governing body, and the teachers, common teachers, they get harmed, or they get affected in bad way, and they are not, in fact, getting their due promotion, and the whole files are not moving, and there are so many, in fact, hiccups in between, and that is because of the politics between the college administration and the governing body members, and the victims are the teachers. These are the very important hurdles. We also, in fact, raised the issue of this posthumous issue of giving promotion to those professors or associate professors who had died during Corona, but their file had moved to the, and just their interviews were due, but their files were in proper place. And then they passed away. So a kind of a one-time exception for posthumous kind of a promotion, we raised that issue. Then the salary issue of governing body, the Delhi government colleges and the areas and the short of funding, EWS expansion, giving of research grants and all. One achievement which was, in fact, instantly been provided to us after raising the issue was the formation of committee on giving of earned leave for the vacation period, which was not, in fact, happening till university. And teachers are continuously working without any break, and there was no provision for any earned leave for that. So the committee has been formed, and in a way that it is going to become a reality, that we are going to get earned leave after the committee decides, and we are very hopeful that committee is going to decide in a positive way. So earned leave for the vacation is coming up. That is one achievement, I can say, one meager achievement, but still an achievement of whatever we could, in fact, extract from the administration in EC. Apart from that, there were many, in fact, issues which we have been raising in Executive Council. For example, College of Arts, the admission for academic session 21 and 22. Then sanction for 25% of EVS seats for teaching and non-teaching staff, research grants for college teachers, then specific issues in certain colleges like Shraddhanand College, like B.R. Ambedkar College, and Shamla, even Shyamlal College. And the issues range from promotion to a number of other things also. That was also raised in the EC. Then the most important thing, which was not part of the agenda, but we raised was the issue of UGCF and the problem which departments are facing in framing the syllabus under this new scheme of UGCF, where we have to just have, we get 4 credits for the honors paper, the main honors paper, and the departments, they are really finding it very difficult to frame syllabus taking in account 4 credits, and especially it is also affecting badly the science department, science curriculum. So it has really reduced and diluted the academic standard of these courses, the flagship honors courses. And it was, in fact, we have been continuously working on that. We have been raising this issue, and this is one of the outcome of implementation of NEP in Delhi University, that we are now with a course which has really led to dilution of academic contents and academic standard of these undergraduate course, which for which Delhi University is known worldwide, at least in India. Then the component of NEP which had come before the House was HIFA. And as Dr. Aditya Misra has already said, that what are the bad aspects of HIFA? It is basically, it's conversion of the whole university system, the financial model of university system from grant-based to a loan-based model. And so it's going to lead to a privatization of this public-funded university, and also a hike in the fees of students. And basically, in fact, it will lead us to a situation where we'll find that we are, in fact, gripped in a kind of a debt trap, and it would be very difficult in future to come out of that. And since government is always claiming that it is increasing its budget allocation on higher education, 6.6% raise was also in fact claimed, is being claimed. So so we just asked that why we are not going to get these grants for our college and for our universities, and why we should go for DFA and get a loan for it. And also UDF, University Development Fund, has a lot of money and all, and the last EC, there was a kind of the allocation of these the funds from these UDF to various things which university wants to take up as far as infrastructure is concerned, or capital assets creation are concerned, or whatever. So, so our argument was that why we could not, in fact, or why we shouldn't ask for more money from the government, who is claiming that they are raising their financial allocation in higher education. And why we, instead of that, why we are in fact going ahead with this loan-based model of financing. So we opposed it. 3 members in the EC had also recorded that I sent myself, Rajpal Singh Panwar sir, and Advocate Ashok Agarwalji. All 3 of us in fact recorded our dissent on HIFA. The agenda item, as far as the agenda item are concerned, that is this HIFA was one thing which was a great concern to us, because NEP ka part tha. And then other was there was a lot of, in fact, restructuring of School of Correspondence, and especially making School of Correspondence and converting it into College of Correspondence. And there were so many issues, in fact, which was attached with this, and we got clarification on that. So what would be the future of SOL, and what would happen to the teachers who are teaching there in SOL once this College of Correspondence or College of that is established, and especially in fact is the Open Learning Institute or colleges is going to start, and the infrastructure has been put in place, and it is but it is in a transition phase. So we just objected to that there shouldn't be a parallel structure continuing side by side. So, but then we got the assurance that it is just a transitional phase. So ultimately this School of Correspondence, and that is School of Open Learning, is going to be converted into, transferred into, integrated into this College of Learning. But it will take some time, and they were not sure about how much. Another thing which was another outcome of this meeting was that one thing which was decided was going with the UGC regulation on deciding about the seniority. Especially this becomes very important in the selection of professor as for the post of head of department, and recently there was a lot of controversy about it. So it was decided that the UGC regulation would be adopted in letter and spirit. So the professors who are are senior from the date of their eligibility, they would be given chance for such posts. So they would be considered senior to those who are joining as professors. So from the seniority would be decided from the date of eligibility of the concerned professor. Then, so these were the basic agenda item. These are the basic issues which were in fact decided, which were discussed, and few decisions were also taken in Executive Council yesterday. There are many other, in fact, there are whole three bunches of agenda items. So it's just not possible for me to give account of all the items. But if you have any specific query on certain things, then I'm here. I could just answer those things. Also, I wanted to say that apart from the issues which I have just told you now, there were other issues also which we had raised, but since I'm not able to in fact remember those, and I'm not speaking about those things, but there are many more concerning most of the issues which are concerning the teachers and even the non-teaching staffs that raised there. So this is what I had to say. Thank you for giving me a chance. Over to you.
Thank you, Seema Das-ji. Your honest activism towards teachers community is really appreciable. Whatever the issue you have taken in the agenda item or in the 0 hours are really very, very crucial and sensitive matters, whether it is one-time regulation for absorption of ad hoc and temporary teachers, or the restoration of workload or number of credits for discipline-specific honors courses, or the issue of implementation of maternity leave for female colleagues in the colleges. That is really a very sensitive matter. The issue you have raised, teachers welfare fund for ad hoc colleagues, fund crisis in 12 government daily colleges, HEFA, and promotion politics in the colleges. You very well raised the issue, and